Good day, everyone. Today I'm going to interview Mr. Julius Angelo Galang, an industrial engineering student from UPLB and also the artistic director of Tanghal Sining Kayo Manggi, a theater organization in Los Baños National High School here in Los Baños, Laguna. I'm here. Join us. Good day, sir. Good day. I'm Dexter J. Mangubat. I'm from UPOU, Bachelor of Education Studies. Uh, This interview is part of our requirement in Communication 3. And I would like to thank you for giving your time to have an interview, although I know that you are so busy with other stuff.
No problem, no problem.
This will just be about 8 to 10 minutes. So let me start my question. When did you start your theater career?
That was actually way back in 2006, so I was in grade 6.
Oh, it's
Yes.
10 years.
Yeah, 10 years ago. My mom encouraged me to audition for our school play, and that's actually my starting point. I really like, that's when I realized that I really like acting. So from then on, it's kind of a yearly thing for me. I never stopped doing theater from that time.
Oh, you never stop. So why did you choose your theater instead of film or other performing arts?
Well, about the other performing arts, I've always known that I have no thing for that, especially singing, dancing. I have no talent for those things. But acting, I realized I can do it. Now, as for film, I actually never had that much exposure to film. So I think there was never a choice between film and theater. It just so happened that I was exposed to theater
Earlier.
yes.
Then film.
So I really don't know if I will choose film over theater or theater over film if they were given to me equally.
Okay. So you were, or you are an industrial engineer.
Yes, yes.
So how would you relate your course in UPLB to to your passion in theater?
Well, actually, during my earlier years in industrial engineering, I haven't figured that out because I just thought that I'm a person who can handle arts, specifically theater, and at the same time can also handle engineering. But in my later years, especially now, I realized that theater is not actually just about acting, not just about performing or directing. It has also many aspects, especially the production, stage management, and yes, marketing. And in those aspects, industrial engineering plays many parts.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there is really a connection between those your
Yes.
career
And I'm actually surprised by how much I can use the things I learned from industrial engineering.
in theater.
Yes, in staging a production as a whole.
Okay. So in your 10 years time, how long you have been a director of a theater?
I was actually director for just about, I think, 3 years.
Oh, 3 years.
Yes.
So in 7 years you are or just
Yes, an actor, yes. An actor.
Okay, and then after 7 years you become a director.
Yes, I believe I started my training to be a director in 2012.
Oh,
Or I think
way back 4 years ago. Or
Yeah. So I guess 4 years, not 3 years.
Oh, okay,
Sorry.
4 years.
So I'm already a director for 4 years.
Oh, so can you name some of your works?
Well, my very first play is entitled uh, Ang Paglilitis kay Mang Serapio. That was actually a one-act play, and that was actually my output for my basic directing course that was given to me by my mentor.
Okay.
Second is entitled Muli. That was my most recent play. The most recent play I directed.
So can you share to us or to me your way of directing in a theater?
Well, since you have also mentioned that I'm also an industrial engineer, I can relate it to a production process, manufacturing process of different products. In manufacturing a product, you don't simply obtain the finished product in one run, on the machine. Of course, for example, if you're going to
It has a process.
yes, for example, if you're going to construct or manufacture a ball bearing, after running into the machine, it won't be a perfect sphere already. You will also have to use other machines to grind it, remove some other parts. It's called finishing operations. So in theater, what I do is first, I fix the blockings. meaning their footworks, where this actor will go while she is saying this line, while during this scene. And after that, my goal for that part is to construct the entire play, what will happen from beginning to start. And after that, the second stage, well, I focus more on how they deliver their lines, how they show their emotions, and that's what I call, or what we call the polishing stage. I really make it more entertaining, basically more presentable.
Okay, so you started with the blockings and then the polishing part, which is
Yes.
the emotions. Okay, so what is your inspiration in directing different plays?
Hmm.
In your two recent or two plays that you have been a director?
I don't think I really use inspiration that much in
Oh.
directing. Yes,
So,
I think I'm just into more on intellect, more on.
okay,
I'm just focused on the lesson. What is the message of that play?
the script.
Yes, and that's I simply attempt or try to show that to my audience, and of course to have my actors act that out. Not really much into inspiration. Maybe in my later years, in the
Oh.
future, possibly. I think I'm gonna need that in the future.
Okay, so what did you feel for your two plays that you have been the director? What did you feel after finishing that play?
Well, of course, it's very fulfilling, it's very satisfying. At the same time, it makes me crave for more. You know?
Oh,
Yes.
so you're planning another?
Yes, I don't think I'm ever going to stop doing theater from this
Wow,
point.
that's
Yeah.
nice.
So during that few experiences, I really like it. So in the meantime, I mean, in the future, I will still choose to direct more plays if I'm given the opportunity.
Okay. So what is the feeling of being a director?
Hmm. Well, especially of course, before you most of the time before you become the director, you are an actor.
Yes.
So the difference between an actor and a director is you are able to see your work. I guess that's what what's different about how I feel when I was an actor and now that I'm a director. It feels like, of course, a little different from just performing, but actually, maybe I can share with you that being the director makes you more nervous.
Oh, yes.
Yes, compared to being an actor. Because when you're performing, when you are the actor, the one performing, you can actually act out how you want the play to be or how you want that actor execute the performance. But of course, if you're a director, you will have to trust your actors. Okay? So that's a lot more difficult.
So how would you promote theater and writing as well?
Mm. That's actually that has always been one of the challenges I face. Not just me, but the theater group I'm involved with in promoting theater and showing how much it's an integral part of society. But as of the moment, all I can do is just to keep on staging and staging those plays. And of course, as we all know, the most important thing is to make those plays as affordable as possible, meaning
Yes.
cheaper tickets and cheaper tickets.
Yes.
Because I realized that many people still really want to watch it. The problem is the tickets
So
are expensive.
expensive.
Yes. So I guess we'll start with that.
Okay. So to interact with the society.
Yes. Have more and more audience for doing every place.
Do you have some expert advice to end this up? Do you have some expert advice on the people who want to direct or a play or who want to pursue career in theater?
Well, for those who want to pursue a career in theater, well, I want you to know that you should prioritize your passion.
Yes.
Not profit, not popularity. You should do theater because you love it. It makes you feel good. And remember, doing theater is not about impressing other people. It's about expressing yourself. Whether you are a performer or whether you are a director, that's what it's all about. Now, if you want to be a director, you should also realize that directing is also being a leader. So you have to know how to feel through with your actors, and of course, in any career that you will pursue, you should always know the basics. As my mentor once told me, you should always work with a beginner's mind. Yes, remember that. So, what do I mean by that? Well, a beginner never thinks that he can do anything easily. He starts from scratch, starts from the beginning, and that way he can achieve perfection. He can achieve the best that he can in everything that he does. So that applies for directing as well.
Thank you for
Yes.
giving me time to have you.
No problem.
And I'm thankful for all the experiences and lessons you have shared to me. Thank you for
No problem. Thank you for giving me this opportunity as well.
thank you. That's all.